And now I do that voice to Google. Like, I'm like, okay, Google. Like, they're like, wait, are you trying to like be me?
It doesn't respond to you because it's like, oh, it's another AI talking to me. I'm going to ignore that. That's not a human request.
That would be fun. Me?
Yeah, you could do such like a successful TikTok profile that's just like the Google voice saying those like deranged like pop your pussy at Macy's.
You could.
Wow, I gotta find these deranged things.
I'll share my TikTok page with you. It's really just that.
Welcome to Omni Bilateral Panic, everybody. Where unlike Ian Fleming, we live and let by, know that omnis are forever, and that there's always a pan with a golden gun, a golden pun. I'm one of your hosts, Cameron Faring, and with me as always is the magnificent David Armstrong.
Holy shit, Cameron.
It's been a while, y'all.
It's been a while. Yeah.
And the marvelous Tessa Flannery.
I don't even know how you did that.
Yeah. What even are words?
Research. That's how I did that. Well, everybody, today is another very special Omni Bilateral Panic. We have a guest. This wonderful person joining us is a goddamn delight, but is also an actor, director, and an endlessly inventive playwright. We met while I was TDing the Mountain West premiere of her brilliant short play, Kromalungma, which featured another mutual friend of ours, Tessa. Both done. And is in the process of being adapted into a film. She is also a bona fide nerd, New Yorker, Jack Catholic, and was born and raised in Pittsburgh.
Whoa, hold
guys,
the phone.
Gals, and NB pals, I give you the ethereal wonder, Molly Jones.
Oh, thank you. That was so sweet of you.
Well, it's the truth.
So
incredible intro.
Nah.
I also had a very bad foot cramp as soon as you hit that intro music, and I don't know if you saw me just trying not to scream out.
We thought it was the volume of the intro music.
Yeah.
Caused
Sorry.
Foot cramping volume, as we say.
Cramping volume, as we say. So, Molly, my dear friend, we always like to start with a couple of questions. If you could give us, and I will remind you if you need, but if you could give us your full name, your pronouns, how you identify and why, and then the top 3 nerdy things that you love, and the thing that you're proudest of right now.
Okay, you'll definitely have to remind me of everything.
That's fine. It's 5 points. It's a lot.
Are we including our Catholic names in our full name?
I mean, if you have them, yes.
I mean,
confirmation name?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we've done that before.
We have talked about it.
Confirmation names are just wild because I was talking with my friend who's Jewish, and he was like, "Why do you have a confirmation name? It's in English."
That's true.
I don't know. Anyway, okay. So my name is Molly Elizabeth Jones. Confirmation name is Faith.
Oh, nice.
One of those, huh?
One of those. Pronouns are she, her. Where
How
are
do
we?
you identify and why?
I identify as a bisexual woman who has a major depressive disorder and anxiety.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah. Hello.
Welcome to the club.
I identify that way because I am romantically and sexually attracted to both men and women. And it wasn't something that I realized until I was actually 28, or something that I finally admitted to myself until I was 28. And bisexuality just feels right for me. I'm actually reading a book right now called Bi, and I highly recommend it. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No,
No.
but I'm so in.
And then the top 3 nerdy things you said?
Yeah.
All right, so I guess rather unfortunately, Harry Potter. I love Harry Potter, hate J.K. Rowling, and like
Same.
that's
You're welcome.
definitely kind of affected my appreciation of the novel, but I definitely am like at my core just like a Harry Potter nerd who, you know, tying it back to bisexuality, really developed or like came to understand like my sexuality and sex through erotic Harry Potter fan fiction.
Yes.
You came to the right place.
And then just based on that, Hufflepuff.
So it depends.
Oh,
Oh,
I would have been sorted when I was 11.
uh-huh.
Been so sorted into Slytherin.
Okay.
I still identify as a Slytherin, but I consider myself a Slitherpuff.
Okay.
oh my
Yes.
God.
Never. But if you come for any of my friends or family, I've already come up with 12 different ways to torture you.
Yes. Incredible.
Yes.
Which may be one of the other very nerdy thing about me is that I really enjoy coming up with torturing scenarios for people, including Mitch McConnell, Brett Kavanaugh, you know, the whole gamut. I am fascinated by torture techniques.
Mm.
Techniques. My favorite is bamboo.
Oh,
Yeah.
Followed by honey and rats.
Oh.
Mm.
And then the third kind of nerdy thing about me is that I love chickens and corvids, and I volunteer with chickens. I actually volunteer at a chicken coop in Williamsburg. And, my lifelong dream is to befriend a crow. Like it's all I want.
I hear it's not hard. I hear you just
Corvids-
have to give them shiny things. or
Shiny
something
stuff.
like that?
Yeah. And food.
Yeah.
I think the hard part is just like gaining their trust. So you've got to show up every day. You've got to give them food. You've got to wait until they come by enough. And then you've got to let them see you give them things.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
In the city, because they're few and far between.
Right.
Yeah, they are hard to find.
Befriending Corvids. It's a never-ending story.
What did we have at Central Park? There was like a tree that was full of a bird.
Oh shoot.
Like at Shakespeare in the Park?
Does that narrow it down for you? Do you know what I'm talking about?
The Shakespeare in the Park tree that was full of a bird?
There was a weird bird's nest that was like in Central Park nearby the Delacorte.
But did it look like a wasp's nest?
Maybe. It looked like very much part of the tree. It didn't look like, you know, a nest, like cartoon sort of thing. I want to say it was. Oh, what are you looking up?
Molly's on it. Molly's gonna find
Molly's
it.
got it. Molly knows SEO better than I do. she knows how to. She'll know how to narrow it down. Wasp-like bird's nest.
Native to New York.
Yeah.
Well, you would think it would be native, but then New York also has a very large population of parrots, like tropical.
Right. Wild.
It was
Living
parrots.
wild.
Oh, it was
that's
parrots.
crazy. Oh, wait. I remember
I
that.
remember that too. Holy shit.
That's
it was
right. And then-
parrots.
that same summer, I think I saw them way up in like Washington Heights or Hamilton Heights, in that like there's like a park alongside the river,
Oh my god.
And there were friggin' there too. Parrots, parakeets, and parrots.
Oh, so
green
many
birdies.
An invasive species.
buried
Absolutely.
memories.
What else have we unlocked?
Just, I mean, like they would only show up when things were awkward for some reason. Like if, you know, just like not in general, but like in the
Their nature's
world.
equivalent of the
Yeah.
of the potato chip, like the awkward, like too loud crunch on the potato chip. Be like,
100%.
oh shit, like something like there was like a bomb threat at the Delacorte today, and then you just hear a bunch
the
of
parrots.
parrots.
No, I'm not even talking
Oh,
bomb threat. It
oh.
was subtle awkwardness, like Rich had chewed somebody out, or there was an incredibly needy patron, or whatever. They would just show up and be like, "We see you."
Yeah. Nikki Cochran was there again.
Yep,
A swarm of
100%.
birds appeared.
100%. Maybe she was the swarm of birds.
Oh, we just
Oh.
solved it.
She wouldn't be
solved it.
parrots though. She wouldn't be so cool.
No, yeah, it should be pigeons. No, I'm sorry, that's mean.
Pigeons were originally domesticated. They are domesticated.
They are.
They should be
domesticated. They're very
pets.
smart.
The things that all the pigeons that are just hopping around outside are just domesticated pets that no longer have a home.
That's really sad. Should we adopt them?
I've tried. I've rescued two.
Oh
They're
my
not in my
gosh.
apartment. I gave them to the Wild Bird Fund.
Oh,
Nice.
you know the
I've
Wild Bird Fund?
Pigeons, a duck, a chicken, or two chickens. No.
So you're working your way up to Corvid. This is
Yeah,
not-
you are really in practice.
When I say I am, it is a dream. I am making it happen.
Manifesting.
There was a
incredible.
bird I nearly rescued. And it's kind of sad, but it was a bird. It was a bird it's like an alternative to a chicken that somebody in my neighborhood was very like Middle Eastern and Indian in Beverly. I was on Beverly Road down in like, oh frick, it's like not quite Flatbush, Kensington. And what was this bird? It was like, they were like, this bird is from the highlands of Iran. And
Molly,
and it was
look
like-
it up.
Molly, have you heard of this bird? I think it's with a P, but it was not parrot.
P from Iran. Iran. Like a parakeet. Like a
Caspian snowcock, bearded vulture, hooded crow.
hooded crow. Those are
I
those
wish
are
it was a
cool.
crow. That'd be cool.
If I had a
well-
flying wizard familiar, it would be a hooded crow. Hooded
Mm.
crow, for sure.
Listen,
Oop.
No, you listen.
well, anyway,
Anyway, why didn't you rescue it? What happened?
What happened? We saw it on our front porch and we were like, what the frick is this bird? I've never seen a bird like it. And it was like spotted and cool and pretty and
Was it a
big.
pheasant?
It was not. That's what we first thought. But then when we like did research and we took a picture of it and we sent it to our friend who's like a farmer man, and he was like, nope, that is not an American bird. And our roommate, okay, was not caring about this bird. And she came out of the house with such force that it scared the bird.
Oh,
And the bird like hop flew across the street. And like there's like almost no alleys in all of New York City, but this bird happened to find the like one like stoop opening to the back of like a back sort of alley, and then we couldn't get back to it, and we tried to save it, and we called the Wild Bird Fund, and they were like, we can't come out there, but if you bring it to us. And I was like, we're gonna bring it to you, we have to save this bird. Anyway, so you're way better than me because we never saved it. I don't even know what happened.
I somehow find all of the injured birds and I can't leave them. I was taking a pigeon one time to the Wild Bird Fund. It was in a carrier on my lap on the subway and it just died.
Oh no.
oh no.
I'm
So
now just like
sad.
in the subway with a dead pigeon. What do I do?
That's
But
a really
Not,
that's-
good
not the
question.
weirdest thing to be carrying on the New York subway.
No, that's true.
Yeah, it's they definitely at least know the chicken group that I work with a lot, so that helps.
That does help a lot.
Alright.
What is the weirdest thing y'all have seen on the subway?
What is the weirdest thing?
That's asking like that's so hard to answer. I
Yeah.
feel like
something
it's
I did.
many weird things, but just rather like the true magic of New York City on it.
It's true. I mean,
Like I have a close friend now that I met 7 years ago after we both jumped out of a subway car to help this drunk girl who it was late at night and she looked like she was gonna fall on the tracks.
Oh no.
And we shared a cab home
I think it looks
together.
familiar. Sorry.
No, we shared a cab home after we like got her home safe, and we just like 4 o'clock in the morning, we're exhausted. I was coming from work. I forget where she was coming from. Neither of us were drunk or anything. And we just like have a heart to heart. And she's like, oh, it's my husband's, it's my anniversary. I got married at a really young age. I actually used to belong to this cult and was an arranged marriage, but then I met my husband and he helped me escape. And we just shared like information and we shared our numbers and went about our day and then just completely lost contact. And it wasn't until 2 years ago that I was walking back to my apartment and this dog wouldn't stop like nipping my heels. And I was trying not to pet the dog because of COVID, and I was trying to race home to like handle some stuff with my family. And eventually this dog won't leave me alone. So I turn around and talking with this girl, go to swap numbers because I have at the time I'm with my roommate's dog. His name is Orange Juice and he's the best boy. And her number's already in my phone.
Whoa.
And I'm like, oh shit, did I like match with you on Tinder or something? And then I just ghosted you, or like, what is this? So I like go home and I'm frantically Googling her name and it artist comes up, and then that jogs my memory. So I sent her a text and I was like, hey, this may be like, if this is wrong, just ignore it. But did you by any chance escape a cult? She's like, yeah, I did.
That narrows it down.
Crazy.
That's crazy.
That's wild.
That's very good.
it's a magical
That is wild.
town.
Facilitated by the New York City subway. Facilitated by the L train.
Oh,
See, magic on the L train, guys.
the L train.
Come on.
Must take the L train. Finally,
Mhm.
Molly, what is
When
the
you're
thing?
between Queens and Brooklyn, that's magic.
It is magic.
That's a magic ley line right there.
Just towing that line.
Is it shut down still? Have they fixed it? Is it?
Oh,
What is
bad.
that like?
They fixed it during COVID.
Yeah.
That was
Thank goodness.
possible.
That makes sense.
It's back to its usual 70% efficiency.
Accurate. Finally, the last question, Molly, is what is the thing you're proudest of right now, besides being a bird rescuer and
Probably this past year in April, I started freelancing with content writing and writing with like a social content media marketing kind of thing, which I was hesitant to do because I didn't want to. There is something that happens when you capitalize on the things you love that just takes all of the love out of it. But it's been going really well, and I'm looking to work my way up and leave my job this year to freelance full time as a content marketer. Thank you. And
it's fantastic.
I think I'm just really proud. I've always struggled with this belief that I could be a writer because I had the most amazing writer friends around me who like went to school for it. So I never believed in myself or took myself seriously. And it's just been cool I'm proud that I've been able to begin to do that.
That's huge.
Hell
and
yeah.
remarkable. And also, I mean, you are definitely a bona fide writer. Thank you very much. But just for the benefit of my co-host, can you describe the last 3 plays that you worked on? Just titles alone. We'll do it. Just
Oh no, if I can think of them. Okay, so the play, I'm still fucking working on this play. It is The Destroyer of My Soul.
That's the title.
It's called The Ouroboros, and it is about Taylor Swift coming to the realization that she was Gregory Rasputin in a past life.
Oh. Oh.
And
See?
it is it's like a meditation on celebrity and the like self-eating kind of, I think a lot of the time celebrities eat their own tail, so to speak. But I can't keep up with Taylor. She keeps releasing new music. She keeps changing.
Yeah.
And then before that, I think it was Chamalongma, which is about a woman processing her grief after her husband dies summiting Mount Everest. And then there's 2 more, and I don't know which came first, so I'm just gonna say them both, which is, it's called Bippity, and it is about a group of strippers who cope with a disastrous election by forming a coven and accidentally gain complete body autonomy over the president of the United States.
Oh.
And then Hail Mary Full of Pain, which is about a 70-year-old woman who accidentally reads 50 Shades of Grey in her Catholic book club, believing it to be the sequel to The Picture of Dorian Gray.
Oh no.
She wants to become a dominatrix.
Incredible. I love it. I like that I just like that concept.
I am floored and excited. We haven't run into each other before. How
No.
have we not? Because I don't know. I wrote a play called Tentacles about a feminist exploration of tentacle porn, and I just feel like
And it
we
was
should
glorious.
probably put some of our plays on at the same time.
Yes, should.
Oh, I'm down. Well, I'm down. Let's do
Yeah.
it, and let's take it to Wyoming.
Yep.
I think they'll respond very
No,
well.
wait a second, because I offered to take Tentacles, and Cameron said they're not ready.
Well, see, if we did it in rap, it'd be fine.
You said they were ready for Life in Plastic about Barbie, but they're not
I mean,
ready
let's
for-
just put on a whole friggin' festival. David, bring
I'm
2,
down,
please.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Oh.
I'll bring some too, sure.
yeah. Please,
Your
come
last
on,
3.
Yeah.
That'd be
David.
great.
Yeah, come on.
Is there anyone in this room who hasn't written a play or musical? Just kidding. There's not. We're all writers. Look at this.
Room full of badasses.
Hell yeah.
I'm so glad we're all in a room together.
Ah, that's so many plays.
I mean, a lot of them are works in progress. I feel like we probably haven't met because I didn't really take myself seriously for so long, and I really used it as like I used writing plays because I used to be an actor, and then I like was in an off-Broadway show, and it destroyed me. The fucking directors were just these 2 white straight men who went to undergrad Brown, who like
Blah.
created a show that I don't even know. I asked my friends, no one knows what it was about. It was called, I don't know if legally I could say
Say it, please. We can
The
cut it out.
History of the American Muskrat.
No.
And my character,
Was a muskrat?
I played a bunch of different characters, but my main one gets raped and then gives birth
Oh.
to like little muskrats.
Oh.
No.
And there's also like a school
Wow.
shooting and like a choreographed
Wow.
dance scene, and I don't know what it was about. I have one friend that'll just be like, I think about that show a lot. I don't know what it means. What does it mean? It drives me
That's the kind of
That's
show.
wild.
That's the kind of show that. Oh, this is gonna be a long walk. Sorry. Tessa,
Walk us.
you're familiar with this. Like when people submit for improv festivals, and they have to describe their show, like they have to write the little blurb, the little copy that's like, you know, a few years ago, I won't talk about what the name of this festival, just because it's ongoing right now, so I don't want them to be in trouble. But one of my best friends and I talk about like any like red flags that like are in those descriptions where you're immediately like, mine is always from the brainchild of such and such and such and such, and I'm always like,
oh no,
this isn't good. This is gonna be that show that you're describing, Molly. It feels like it has all of the tenets of those red flags of like, from the edgy minds that brought you the assault of
Almost
the
fell off
assault
my
of Midnight Hill,
From the twisted brains of the idiots from Brown.
Yeah, there's one woman character and we put her through hell.
Ever heard of rape?
No reason.
We have.
Ever heard of rape? Let's deal with it.
Sorry.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. We're white men.
It wasn't it was an entertaining show, but like the New York Times did a review and it was legitimately a good review. It was, there
The New
was
York
some
Times came out to review that? That's crazy.
insane. And
They loved it.
well, they loved it,
Yeah.
but then they had like really valid criticism that was pretty much like, there's one person of color and they try to comment on it with like a whole hair touching scene, but like it just reeks of like straight white male privilege.
Yep.
And the gentleman who directed the show, it was their company's show, responded by changing the name of their production company.
to
Well, what?
And again, I'm like, I feel like I'm putting them on blast, but I don't think they follow me on Instagram, so we're good.
We can always cut it out also.
Oh, they're doing fantastic now.
You are kidding me.
No,
this makes me upset.
I
Like
hate
the
that.
makes me
company, but like the individual head people of this company are doing great.
Oh.
This
It's just
is
like a fucking
enraging.
horse. But anyway, that is what
that's
got me
terrible.
out of acting, and then I began writing plays, and then I had a hyper fixation on hospice work, and I almost became a social worker.
Wow.
And now I'm, on the next hyper fixation. So
No, I love it.
Rock and roll.
I love the trajectory of being in one, maybe not bad necessarily, I don't know, but like one negative experience of a play and being like, I think I can write better than this. Nothing fuels creativity like vengeance.
Truly.
So I love that for you.
That's why I started writing.
Yeah.
Vengeance.
Revenge.
I feel like probably everybody, we've talked extensively about all of our experiences doing like the Scottish play, but yeah, it was like I did a play, it ran for 3 weeks. For some reason they thought we were going to need to do 3 weeks of it.
Is this your worst straight white male play?
Yeah, exactly.
It is.
One straight white guy decided he was the artistic director of the company. He was going to direct Mackers. He was going to star in it. And he did the cut. And he decided the witches were strippers. And that's the show that I was in. And I was one of them witches.
Of course.
And golly.
Yeah.
Golly Moses. And I'm pleased to say he's not doing anything. He's gone.
Good.
Who knows what happened to him? Hopefully nothing terrible, but at the same time, don't come back wherever you went to.
That's the kind of show that I would go to and be like, well, you were great.
Yeah.
That's what people said. Or they would say to me, why didn't you have pants?
Why didn't you have pants?
It's either why didn't you have pants?
It's either why didn't you have pants or why were you in this? Why do this to yourself?
Yeah.
Just give women pants.
Yeah.
Just give
women pants. Give women pants, give women parts.
Pants and parts. That's all we're asking for. Pants, parts, and
Pants
pockets.
Yeah, what if we give you pants but they don't have pockets?
We strike.
We baby steps.
But that sounds horrible. I'm sorry that you had to give birth to muskrats.
Okay.
You know, at that point in my life, I think that it was just the final nail in the coffin for me with pursuing a career in acting.
Without writing it yourself. I hope you perform in the stuff you write.
Sometimes? I mean, sometimes, but not really. I feel like if I perform in it, I get too, like, I can't hold it. I can't hold it as an actor.
Yeah, I hear you.
Interesting.
Hold it as like a writer or director, and I can't hold it subjectively. And as an actor, if I'm performing my own writing, I can't really, I think I struggle with taking direction.
Sure. Yeah. That makes sense.
I'm okay with that. I act all the time in bed, so.
Well, wait a second. I want to know more about this. I have a lot of questions. What are we talking about? Are we talking about performance? Are we talking about on camera? Or
it's an immersive theater. It's an immersive theater show. It takes place in a bedroom.
It's a one-on-one performance.
It's a one-on-one performance.
Very intimate. You know, the lights are low.
Okay. I'm getting.
No, that was just a failed sex joke.
Oh, I got it. I'm with you.
We had to remember what sex was.
Yeah.
Right.
Some of us.
Yes.
Some of us are just sitting around.
Yeah, some of us who will remain nameless, but may or may not be in this room.
It's not me.
No, we know it's not you, Cameron.
Yeah, it's not me. Speaking of sex, that brings us to our next special segment. Let's talk about Pittsburgh.
The city of sex.
Yes.
The city of sex.
Town of Pittsburgh. Oh, it's so foggy and smoky with the steel mines. Just take your clothes off.
I've never been wetter.
Did you jump into the Monongahela?
Oh my gosh, this is a woman who knows her rivers.
Monongahela, Allegheny, in Ohio. Pittsburgh has more rivers than Venice, or more bridges.
That's right, the city of bridges. Well, maybe Cameron didn't tell you. I'm also from Pittsburgh.
No fucking way. Where are you from?
I was born on the south side.
Okay, that's incredible.
Where are you from?
From the South Hills.
No way. So you're rich.
Wow.
Attacked.
Yeah. No, yeah, that's so I feel like you'll appreciate this. I'm from Upper St. Clair, which is like
my gosh, sorry. She's not rich, she's wealthy.
It's so red right now.
What's the difference? I'm so poor, I don't know what the difference is. They're just synonyms.
I'm sorry to put you on blast like that.
No, I am privileged, and I am very fortunate to have parents that my dad he's since sold his company, but he was the president of a small family restoration firm.
Oh, nice.
So, like, we lived in the South Hills,
Nice.
which is considered like a wealthier suburb of Pittsburgh. The South Hills, the people are like, I don't know.
They have a house. It's really great. They all have houses. And they have driveways and cars that go in them.
What I will say is that my family growing up, we were definitely privileged. And then I left Pittsburgh and I was like, oh, I am not crazy wealthy at all because I went to Boston University.
Right. Yeah. Pittsburgh rich is definitely different from.
But I think growing up, there was always a proximity to wealth in that like some of our family friends were like just insanely loaded, even for like not Pittsburgh standards.
Oh, wow.
My dad one day was gone for like 2 days, and I was like, where did you go? And he was like, oh, Mr. Haleski like took me down to his office in the Bahamas on his private jet.
Okay.
Wow.
Is this why we're
That
friends
sounds
with
fun.
Haleski? Like, okay, I can get behind this now. Alpha friend, Kristen, we can work. We can do this.
Yeah, we can make this
If
work.
there's a private jet, we'll make it work.
Bahamas, you say? I know my sister. So we were not at all that. We were like grew up on the south side, like, but then we moved out of the city also to like outside, like a rural area, pretty much. So, but we were never like, we didn't have South Hills money, but. But we recently reconnected with these like distant cousins of my mom's, and the cousins were the rich ones that we didn't even like know about. They probably purposely didn't let us know about them. But the one guy, like, he flies planes. He owns a plane and he flies it, and he does real estate stuff. And then they just are living it. My sister will like house sit for them now because she works for the company that the mom runs. And yeah, it's like we'll go over to house sit / have a pool party.
Wow.
It's insidious. And I feel like, it's so funny that you're like, oh, she's wealthy with the South Hills, because when like me and my friends were in college and we would find people in our cities. I went to Boston University that are also from Pittsburgh. Like the joke is like, you don't say you're from Upper St. Clair, just say you're from South Hills. Make a decision about you.
Well, once you got specific. Upper St. Clair, wow,
now, it's stupid.
Very different from Eau Claire. That's the thing you need to know. Pittsburgh's got a few Claires. There's Upper St. Clair, nice. Eau Claire, not. Yes, it should be Eau Claire, but in fact it is Eau, and there's a reason for that.
It should be Eclair, but it's expired. It's expired. It's gone bad.
It's an Eau Claire.
Ew, Claire. Ew, Claire.
Yeah.
Come
on,
that's
Claire.
Awesome. We're both from Pittsburgh.
I figured Jens would have a lot to talk about. So I have a couple questions regarding Pittsburgh.
Oh, yeah. Pittsburgh.
What is your favorite dish that you miss the most?
I think Kalushki.
Which is?
Are you also a hunky?
No, I'm not. I just went
Translate,
to
please.
It is I think it's Polish. It is just buttered egg noodles and cabbage with like kielbasa.
That sounds
Halushki.
plain and lovely.
It is incredible. And
Yes.
I can make it, but it's not the same.
Sure. Not the same as like a church picnic. Yeah.
Graduation party, if you will. There's
Oh,
not I want it.
my goodness.
Tessa, what's yours?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
I miss hunky foods too. Like, my mom makes pierogies, as I'm sure I've complained
you've said.
that I don't have them every day, but I miss my mom's pierogies because she would do she'd fry up the onions, just cheese and potato, just plain old cheese and potato pierogies.
What's hunky?
It's my mom. It's probably racist, but my mom. I think it comes from Hungarian. Like it means anything Eastern Europe, basically. So my mom is Eastern European, of Eastern European descent, and she would say like, yeah, like halushki is a hunky food. Pierogies are hunky foods. She hears a name that's like
Yeah.
Badabatovich, and she's like, "Oh, this person's a hunky. They are safe to do business with."
Incredible.
She literally said that to me.
On paper, that's maybe one of the tamest like racial slurs that could be. Hunky, I think that's
Hunky,
fine.
yeah.
However, your mom's attitude towards that, they are safe to do business with, is a little racist.
I feel like that's so in line of Pittsburgh too. Like
Yeah.
I feel like my grandpa sometimes won't interact with people if he doesn't hear the Pittsburgh accent. He's like, "No, I'm good."
I'm good. That's xenophobic, or whatever the equivalent is for a city or state.
I mean, the Pittsburgh accent though is pretty bad.
Can you do it?
Oh,
Oh boy, not well.
Hit us with it.
Um,
Come on, Molly.
like, let's go downtown and we'll wash the car, which really needs cleaned.
I'm having an out of body experience.
Oh
my God. You sound just like my cousin Robbie. Okay, I can't believe it.
Oh, it's such. Oh God, I want to cry. It's so beautiful.
good
The
lord.
2B just really like messes with me because it is such like a normal thing for me. Like that's the one thing that I've really held on. So in Pittsburghese, we leave out 2B. So instead of saying my room needs to be cleaned, it's my room needs cleaned. The car
Oh,
needs.
you know what? I never realized that.
Yeah. Other
You're
people
so
don't.
right.
It's insane to me.
You're right. Ooh, you have unlocked a secret. Let me make note of this.
Pittsburgh
Dialect
magic.
secrets with Molly.
Dialect secrets.
You're
The
right.
whole
My room
document.
needs cleaned. You're
Um,
right.
What was your favorite neighborhood to hang out in? / is your favorite neighborhood when you go home?
I mean, when I go home now, I don't really the only other neighborhood that I hang out in is either going to be Lawrenceville or Bethel Park.
I knew she was going to say Lawrenceville. Okay, let me tell you.
Yeah, Lawrenceville, essentially Brooklyn, and one of my best friends has a house there. And then my other friend just moved there from New York to go to Pitt for grad school.
Oh.
And then Bethel Park, because that's where my sister and my nieces live. So I'm just there all the time.
I got some rich cousins in Bethel Park.
I don't think my
No, but
sister...
I knew you'd say Lawrenceville. I was like, waiting. I was like, that's Lawrenceville.
I think growing up, it was absolutely, without a doubt, shady side because there was one sushi restaurant that would not card us. So we would just go there and like get 2 mojitos and be like, I'm so drunk.
Mojitos at a sushi restaurant.
Oh yeah, we were classy.
Pittsburgh is every place in Pittsburgh is a fusion place.
I bet they were bad. I can't imagine the mojitos were good.
The sushi probably wasn't either.
I know some sushi chefs, and if they had to make mojitos, I know they're bad.
Oh my
man.
goodness. Tessa, what about you?
Well, you know what? I'd hang out in Lawrenceville. I don't have a problem with Lawrenceville. When I was a kid, like the South Side had this thing. South Side's different now. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm gonna do an impression of like my dad talking about South Side used to be cool. Okay, you could take your kids to the bars on Halloween and get the king size candy bars. It ain't the same no more. But I loved it the South Side when I was a kid because they had the South Side Summer Street Spectacular, which was a lot of S's, but was so fun. It was like 3 days. There was never parking. There was like fairground rides. There was good food. So many pierogies everywhere. Yeah, the South Side Summer. So but nowadays I don't know that I'd like want to hang out on the South Side. I think I tried like post college and was like, ugh. No offense.
To whom?
The South Side.
The people who live there now.
The sushi chefs on the South Side.
The strip district's really fun. The like doing
Oh
all of
yeah,
the-
yeah. Yeah. I
Uh,
haven't been back in a long time though. I haven't been to like do stuff around the city that much really because my family's in Butler now. So
I mean, I feel like I just drive through the city a lot. I drive through to Lawrenceville, and
yeah.
when I have friends visiting, which happened more so last year, but I would show
Oh,
them.
nice. Yeah. I need to get back and visit the strip district and like get food, that kind of stuff. We would go to the South Side for Mike and Tony's. Have you ever had a Mike and Tony's gyro?
No, I haven't. Also, I'm obsessed with
That's
how
the
you
food
say
I miss.
gyro.
Oh, Mike and Tony's is the best. Cameron, is this a Pittsburgh special? Are we releasing this in Pittsburgh?
We might be.
First, we're
Well,
the first
Roll
premiere
out.
is in Pittsburgh.
on our first tour, we're gonna have to have
Sponsored
Molly
by
back.
pierogies.
Sponsored
It
by
was
Pam's
Oliver
Pierogi Pal.
Onion as a special guest, or no
Yeah.
one at all.
When we do the live show in Pittsburgh,
Yeah.
we can use another one of my favorite problematic phrases, red flag. We can say hometown heroes. Tessa Flannery and Molly Jones are in this show. Anytime there's a description of hometown boys is always the worst one.
Oh,
Oh
no.
no.
Mm-mm.
I feel like
This is-
I want to be a hometown boy. Why can't
Yeah.
I be a hometown boy?
Molly, I just had an idea though. We gotta take our shows that we've made and written and take them to City Theater on the South Side. They want our stuff. They're gonna want our stuff.
We can.
That's
Sure.
the experimental theater in Pittsburghians.
Yeah.
So you know.
Well,
I
great.
am super down to do that. I've been wanting to take a show back. So I left Pittsburgh when I was held back in the first grade because I wasn't speaking. So I left after I graduated high school at 19, and I haven't been back since really to like live or anything.
Sure. Why
other
would you? Just kidding. I did for a couple of years after college.
I mean, maybe one day with those fucking, excuse my language, but those nieces, they're gonna be the death of me.
Oh yeah.
Both like they're 2 years old and they're twins.
Oh, you gotta go. You know what? I'm looking at a house right now. Why don't you just come on over to Flatbush?
Let's do it. We can do this. Let's all move to Pittsburgh.
Let's all move to Pittsburgh.
We would
Cameron,
do
you want to be
so-
closer to the city?
I do.
David, you need a break from the city.
Have you ever been to Pittsburgh?
No, I haven't.
I don't think so. I don't think
I
did
think you
either.
both would. I don't know a single person who's gone to Pittsburgh and been like, it was fine.
That's right. They all say, I really like it or not for me.
Right. We deal in extremes over there.
Yeah. That
I
makes
mean-
sense. I'm trying to remember if I've been.
To be
I don't think I
fair,
have.
I feel that way about most cities. Like within 5 minutes, I know. Seattle, not for me.
Has
Houston,
an incredible
not for
drag
me.
scene. They have just like an incredible. There's the Wabash Tunnel, where you can drive your car and get off in the middle of the tunnel, and you do a tire drill.
There it is. Okay.
This is news to me.
Yeah.
That is like a Jones family tradition.
There's also a lot of traffic, and now I'm realizing why.
It's called fucking with the traffic. But yeah, I really want to take a play to Pittsburgh, and I'm actually really interested. So my sister got married last year. Well, not in Pittsburgh, but in Washington, PA.
Oh, yeah.
The
Further
little
south of the South Hills, just so you two know.
Thanks.
Wait, South Hills isn't the most south thing?
No, further. You can go further.
Misleading.
it's
There's no
just
more hills, but
Oh,
Southie.
mm-mm.
else. But it's like a very, I think, with Chumulungma, I wrote that as a way to kind of navigate my own grief process through my own complicated feelings about death and stuff through an excuse of this crazy thing that happened. And then when we took it to Wyoming, we were able to use it as a jumping off platform to discuss COVID and like COVID grief within
yeah.
COVID. It's really cool. And I'm very interested in like either taking that piece to Pittsburgh, because there's been such an odd and large amount of people who have lost children that at least my family knows.
Yeah.
Or creating an entirely new piece and taking it to Washington, PA, with the theme kind of whatever the piece is about, using it as a jumping off point to discuss addiction.
Western PA.
Yeah.
It's a big problem.
Yeah, Washington was pretty much just like a zombie town when we were there.
Wow.
Of the crisis.
Jeez. That's like considered, I know you two don't know. It's considered like a classy, nice place that like people go visit and go like hang out.
I know. I mean, when we were there, maybe it was just the specific like part of it or whatever, but it just kind of felt like it had been blown apart.
Wow, geez.
Yeah. But Pittsburgh's great.
Pittsburgh is
come to Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh. I am the come to the Brazil of Pittsburgh. The amount of times I'm talking to people who are like, just come to Pittsburgh. Go.
Through just sheer happenstance, including you, our last 3 guests have all been Jack Catholic, and 2/3 of these hosts are also Jack Catholic. So I would love to hear a little bit about your trauma. We have a fun
it's kind of funny because you're
Catholic
not
trauma.
the one, so
segment on this.
Like, tell us.
Yeah.
Tell us how the Catholic Church
Cameron
fucked
loves
you up.
re-traumatizing all of us.
Cameron loves bringing up the fact that Catholicism hurts people.
I do.
It brings him great joy.
Catholic trauma. It is, I feel, and I love talking to people about Catholic trauma, especially other Catholics. And I love sharing memes about Catholic trauma. It's like the Venn diagram of like BDSM and like neurodivergency and Catholicism.
Yes.
So it's just
actually, I think you combine all 3 of our things, because like we've got Catholicism, neurodivergency, and BDSM. I mean, I'm assuming, Cameron.
That's a fair assumption.
But yeah, I mean, so much of my like specific, oh my God, there's so much Catholic trauma. And I went to church every Sunday, and I remember having conversations with my dad when I was little, 2 ones that really, really stand out to me. And the first being, also my grandparents were Irish Catholic. So like it just compounded.
Hashtag compound.
Hashtag ditto.
But the first was, for some reason, we were talking about homosexuality. And I don't know, it's the only thing from this conversation that stands out in my mind. But my dad was like, yeah, gay people, sure, they can get married. I don't care, but they shouldn't be having children. And so I came out to my parents. Oh my God. I came out to my parents during the 2020 election when I flew home to Pittsburgh to help my younger sister go wedding dress shopping. And I like started crying in the car on the way to the dress shopping, telling my mom like, so I'm bi and like all of that stuff. And she was fine with it. And then later that night, I did get drunk, which in hindsight was a mistake. But I essentially had the same conversation with my dad. And he was like, I just feel like you're weaponizing sexuality to try to get me to vote for a man, not to vote for Donald Trump.
Whoa.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
It was like,
no.
do you still feel that like gay people shouldn't have kids? And he was like, I mean, yeah. And I was like, guess I'll just be miserable with my ex because I want kids. But he's since kind of come around to it, and he
so tough,
has gotten drunk and like, looked me in the eye and been like, who I see you with? I'm like, who? And he's like, Chrissy Teigen.
Well, that's good.
Call her up.
Yeesh.
Call her up.
All righty.
But
Hang on, I've got her on speed dial.
I grew up like we would have priests come and actually bless the house.
Wow, that's next level. That's money Catholic.
So another component of
Jesus
is also that my younger sister and my dad both see dead people. And so
do we have enough time to, because we need to have like a 3-hour podcast about this. Tell us more.
No, so it's just like every single house I've ever lived in, I've experienced like just they're just dead people there. And it's not necessarily something that is like I didn't realize what the difference was until I really moved to New York and woke up in the middle of the night once to go to the bathroom, and went to the bathroom and just kind of like traipsed back to my bedroom and realized that I wasn't like running with my head on the ground, not looking anywhere because there was someone looking at me from the corner.
That's so spooky.
And like, the weird things that just happened that my family never really talked about, and also being like devoted Catholics just created a wacky, zany childhood.
I have so many chills. Tell us
more. And it again, now my parents have both actually ended up, they no longer go to mass and they stopped tithing. They used to give 10% of their income to the church.
Wow. And it was a lot of money too, I bet. Sorry. I'm going to stop talking about
Tessa, you need to let it go.
I'm going to let it go. I'm sorry.
No, it's a very good bit.
But that's crazy. I know, because my parents, I remember, were like debating, like, oh, we're supposed to, and we were all like, we're hungry, we're your children. Anyway, sorry, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
Tessa needed them clogs, damn it.
They paid for clogs for me, so we never wanted.
You were never in one.
We never
clogs. No food. Plenty of clogs, though.
Plenty of clogs. Loads, actually, more than we needed. I'm so sorry. So
no, it's
so just... your parents tithed even, and now
yes.
They don't.
They don't go to church. They believe in what's in the heart matters. I think, they were okay with the church until the list came out of all of the priests in Pittsburgh who had actually assaulted boys.
Yeah.
My dad knew some of the people on the list because he went to Catholic school. And,
sure.
Here, I guess hearing something is one thing, but then recognizing names and the result of, horrific cover-ups is wholly another. Holy. So they, I think if anything, growing up Catholic really just shaded my understanding of sexuality and sex. And it always created like a dichotomy of things that are fun and okay and incredibly pleasurable, like sex, but only after you're married. And I got like a blowjob talk every year, and it was always like, a blowjob is the same thing as vaginal sex. It's the same thing.
I'm impressed, frankly, that this was your parents. Your parents had a blowjob talk with you.
Yeah.
Your parents did?
Oh, well, my
Oh.
mom did. So this is the thing, is that my mom, especially, both of my parents, like, pros and cons. Pros were so open, and from the beginning were so open about like using correct names, vulva and penis and testicles.
Oh, wow. That is great.
And unfortunately, so open about the joys of sex. Some things I just want to erase from my head. Knowing where I was conceived, being chief among them.
I know where I was
Oh,
conceived.
no.
But it was so much, them, or my mom kind of was the one who was put in charge of having the sex talk, was like being the guard of this store, of saying, this is so incredible and this is so amazing and it's so pleasurable, but if you have sex before marriage, like, it's not going to work out and you're going to be heartbroken, and like all of that kind of purity culture bullshit.
Wow, yeah.
And like the best stories with my family always happen with alcohol. But I was drinking with my mom, like outside on the porch, and she mentioned something casually about sex, and I was like, oh, hold on. You told us that you lost your virginity to dad on your wedding night. And she paused and was like, I was a slut in high school.
Oh my goodness.
Amazing.
But that is primarily, I feel like, is in terms of sexuality, of identifying as anything other than heterosexual and sex. I also used to want to become a nun until I went through a brief period where I thought I was going to become a nun when I was 16.
Me too.
Just Catholic girly things.
Catholic girly things. Maybe become a nun. Don't know. Love gardens. Could be a nun.
Right? Did I want to become a nun because I love God, or because I was kind of grossed out at the thought of having sex with men?
Could be both. Also, I like reading. Also, I look good in hats.
Yes, I bet you do. You would kill.
I feel like I have a nunny little face, Like a cheerful little Sister Act kind of face.
Yeah.
Speaking of which,
give your sister name? Sister.
Oh, Sister Mary. I guess. Well, yeah. Obviously, I'm a Franciscan nun. I mean, there's no question about that.
the best.
I considered Sister Mary Teresa, because Teresa's not that far off from Tessa.
Oh, that's true. There you go.
Probably
Sorry,
be a
Cameron.
Margaret. Sister Margaret.
Sister Margaret. Is that who you were going to choose?
Probably, because Margaret can be, or Molly can be, diminutive of Margaret.
Of course.
But I would also want something that sounds disgusting. Mouthfeel,
Sounds like guilt.
Sister Mary
Yeah.
Filch or something.
Sister Mary Mulva.
Mulva Meanus.
Sister Mary Janus.
Sister Mary Bussy.
Yeah, there it is.
Did you ever consider the priesthood, David?
No, and I think here's the first thing that made me turn away. Like, this should have been the first. Like, we have those things that we're like, oh,
Should've known.
I should have realized I was queer. Should have realized I was bisexual. Here's how I know I realized I should have been an atheist, or like not in the Catholic Church, at least, because everybody had that conversation. Like, a lot of the girls I knew were like, yeah, I'll probably be a nun, like, or at least considered it. And some people considered a priest, and I was like, why would you be a priest? I want to be Jesus.
So that reminds me, though, of my first boyfriend. Was when I was a junior in college. We met when I was studying in London, and I wanted to meet a London boy, but I ended up with a West Virginian.
Who just happened to be in London?
He was in the same program as me. But
I love when I remind people of their exes, by the way.
So ironically enough, he ended up dumping me because he wasn't sure. He was in an acting program, but he wasn't sure. He couldn't decide if he wanted to be a cop or a Catholic priest.
Oh,
Wow. And so he studied
no.
theater while he decided.
Do you see
To really-
fucking
To really
flag?
figure it out.
West Virginia, huh?
Yeah, baby.
Wow.
Beautiful.
You grew up in West Virginia, you have two choices.
Two choices. Yeah, that is the two choices in Catholic school gives you two choices too. You're like, you go into the priesthood / nunnery, or you be a teacher, and then you'll end up being both anyway.
Right.
But that's what in Catholicism, it is a holy sacrament. You either
Yes.
get married to God or you get married.
Yeah,
Yes, you're
There's
going to do
no
one or
other-
the other. You're not going
yeah.
to
Holy
waste
matrimony or
your
holy
life.
orders.
Yeah.
Just give me those last
Cameron
rites. Just give me those
I
last
love it
rites.
during
Just kill
these-
me.
I'll just kill
During
me
these
now.
Catholic
Yeah.
chats, Cameron sits and smiles the biggest smile I've ever seen. And
I just
know
love
he's
seeing my
mocking
friends
us.
connect, you know?
That's literally the game of fuck, marry, kill. It's holy orders, holy matrimony, or last
Or
rites.
death.
Last-
Just give me those last rites, yo. Anointing of the dead.
I mean, fuck, marry, kill, Jesus Christ, God, or the Holy Ghost.
Holy Spirit.
Oh, you always marry the Holy Spirit. Always with you. Little flame tongue on your shoulder. I love it. Like a parrot on fire. Fuck Jesus, because he was a carpenter, yo.
Oh,
Come on
David.
now.
David,
And then-
you are still the fuck buddy of Christ.
And then you kill always. And then you kill God.
Joke's on you, because they're all God.
Ah,
mustn't have
I
been
walked
paying
right into that
attention.
one. Shit.
You must have been paying attention to these wars we've been having over
Oh,
this.
the Trinity, 3 gods and 1 God.
Get your head around it. Wrap your head around it.
I'll go to confession. I'll go to confession. I'm sorry. I said
No,
I
I
you
feel like a
killed
lot
God
of
on a
Catholics
podcast.
go into creative pursuits, and I think it's because we had, as small children, to wrap our minds around the idea that somebody could be a person
Yeah.
and a ghost.
You got to write a lot of your own fan fiction in your head
I mean,
to
it's
make it
true.
work for you.
It's also twisted. Like the Holy
Yeah.
Communion,
And you're gonna eat.
are eating the body and blood of Christ.
Yeah.
We
It's
become
like
cannibals.
cannibalism,
Yeah.
vampirism.
Transubstantiation.
Right
We're
off
the
of
only
that.
ones who believe in it.
It's true.
The rest of the Christians are like, weird.
That would
you
be
guys.
gross.
Weird.
That's horrifying.
Martin Luther's first theses on the 95 Theses is like, why do you believe that's real? Shit's weird, yo.
Why are you eating flesh?
Don't
yo?
eat flesh. That's not
Don't.
how you recruit people to the church.
Guys,
All
don't.
right, we've got a great meal set up for you guys. Also, don't eat meat. Except on Fridays. And fish. That's fine.
Do you guys still like pray to Saint Tony or like any specific saints? So I like to like practice. I like to. I have my own kind of like slightly what the Catholic Church would call witchcraft.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I've always just kind of enjoyed and loved the intersection between like New Age spirituality and Catholicism of like praying. Like I still to this day, if I lose something, Tony, look around.
St. Anthony.
Austin can't be found.
Mm.
It's very interesting because it's how the Catholics got around monotheism. Because it's like, oh, we have these saints. They're
Right.
not God. And they're powered by God, and like, you know, they are shown miracles and they're revealed through God's devotion to God and everything like that. But they're our own pantheon. Like
It's so true. It's
Saint
so
Nicholas,
true.
the gift giver.
And it's
like,
also like the most horrific things that could possibly happen to people, so that
Yeah.
it's like this like weird, like you get a weird feeling in your pee-pee when it's like, oh yeah, this saint refused to give up Jesus, and so they cut up her body, and you're like, I feel weird. But I do still, the only thing that I do, I will pray Hail Marys when I'm taking off and landing in a plane.
oh shit.
I just
I'll
get a little
say the
nervous.
rosary when I'm going to sleep. It puts me right to sleep.
Oh yeah, yeah. I appreciate that.
Pavlov.
Also, you gotta help those souls pass on, go through limbo, you know?
That's true. Release them.
Help those
Release
babies.
them.
Help
Oh,
those
that's-
babies that were there
those
before they
poor
were
little
baptized.
I didn't know
babies.
that was part of the ritual.
It's to helping. Rosaries help get the people in limbo out.
Oh
Yeah.
my God. Okay.
Every prayer, it's like an angel gets its way. Every prayer sends another soul through those gates.
Quick
through those waiting
Mormon
gates.
diatribe.
Offer it up.
One
Oh,
of
yeah.
the
Offer it up.
Offer it up. So the Mormons, one of the quote unquote holiest acts that they do in their temple, and by the way, that's why they want you as a member of the church to go and do the holy work, is that you take on the names of people who are not baptized Mormons so they can baptize the souls and save them from hell. So literally they are baptizing everyone who has ever lived, whose name is written down.
Wow.
How kind. I would like to think that a nice Mormon somewhere has taken my name.
You're not
But
dead
I've
yet.
also been baptized. I don't.
Well, they're not too friendly with the gays.
Right. That's
I
the
fell in the
one
baptismal
thing-
font once when I was in 4th grade.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Ow!
Well, how? Let me see.
You were 9 years old. Tell us how you were fucking around.
Yeah, can't
And you
imagine.
found out.
Yeah, I can't imagine how this fidgety ADHD kid constantly punished in a Catholic church
Oh.
was fucking around in a way that would have led to him falling into the baptismal font.
That's a play. Scene in a play right there.
Yeah.
It was the worst part is that it's not it's not like most baptismal fonts are not, or at least ours in our church, it was not a jacuzzi, like it's not an in the ground pool sort of
Yeah,
situation.
usually they're
It's like-
on like a pedestal.
It's a
thing.
plinth, it's rising out of the ground. It's very obvious, but not
Hard
at
to
full
fall
speed.
into. Oh,
Yeah, I just hooked myself over the wall one day and just fell into the.
Oh my God.
There was like
covered in holy water, baptized
Yeah,
again.
covered in holy water. So I felt
Reborn.
I felt reborn. Yeah. Yeah, and it's because especially at like a church. Well, I don't know, most churches, you're not near any other body of water.
No.
So when you arrive to your parents soaking wet, it's like there's a very short list of a process of elimination of like, where did you fall in? Like, not in the toilet, certainly.
Were they horrified?
They were a little horrified. My mom always is more horrified than my dad. My dad is like laughing. He's trying not to laugh. And my mom she was like, okay, well, let's go. It was like some I want to say like Oktoberfest or like Christmas gift thing at the school, because my Catholic school was right next to the church, and
Nice.
yeah, and like the church was empty, but it was open, so we ran inside.
I love it.
Yeah.
Also, the idea of baptismal fonts is just wild to me. I mean, like, because like when I was baptized as a Methodist, they have a special whoop-de-doop that has a bowl of water, and they literally splash some on your face and you're done. And like when I was baptized Mormon, they also have a baptismal font, and I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
How often do they change this water?
Never.
Ugh.
Never. Yeah.
Were you baptized as a Mormon? I didn't know this.
I was baptized as a Mormon when I was 19. It was societal pressure, and I did feel something move within me. And honestly, I'm really grateful that I did, because I was able to see the inside workings. And bloop.
You pooped in the water?
I did. No. And like my best friend in the world got to baptize me, which was really cool.
That's cool.
And I am still a holder of the Aaronic priesthood, mostly because I haven't told the missionaries I'm gay. But but it was just I always say that when I was a teen, the way most people experiment with the drugs, I experimented with the Lord, and went.
That's a dangerous experimentation, right?
It is.
I know some cool youth pastors who would tell you that's the best kind of drug, though.
Yep. Well,
That's the only
absolutely.
drug worth being
That's
on.
the only drug
The
is the Lord.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I ended up going to like 14 different churches regularly. And when I was in college, all of my theater friends were Mormon. And so I just ended up hanging out there. And then there were some very compelling, very handsome missionaries who I was like, yeah, what the hell?
Nice.
Has anybody ever been to a oh, hello, cat.
Oh,
I got so confused. I thought that was my cat. And I was like, how did you get there?
oh my
Because I would not be
God.
surprised at all.
How?
Look at that cute kitty.
What's their
You
name?
know, uncharacteristically quiet. There
What's-
it is.
What's her name?
Taco.
Taco?
Taco.
That's
Very
a perfect
nice.
cat name.
I love
Taco
it.
Cat.
Taco
Taco
cat.
cat.
Will.
She was named after my yellow lab growing up, Tucker, that I had a speech impediment. So I told everyone his name was Taco, and they would be like,
Oh,
"Why do you name your dog Taco?"
that's very
Aw.
wholesome. That's very
That's,
sweet.
that's the most wholesome thing that's happened this whole episode.
Yeah.
It's true. Look how
No,
So
precious.
you need to connect because the guy I was with this weekend, he and I are going to like try to go to different denominations, explore different religious denominations just for fun.
Yeah. That's
It
cool.
is fun. It is fun to walk in and go, wow,
I know my
y'all are insane. Bye.
Well, that's what's really funny about a lot of the other Christian baptisms is like they're in like just some like container of water.
A kiddie pool.
Yeah, like a kiddie pool. So it's like really funny to go to a Catholic church and have like a dedicated monument to it.
Yeah. And a Mormon
Just like
It also
changed
is just like pew, pew.
yeah, just in any moment a baptism may need to happen.
Although, to be fair, to contrast Catholicism and Mormonism, in Catholicism, it is like a special area that is decorated. In a Mormon church, it's usually behind like a closet door in a hallway.
It's out of the way. You
So
know
like
what that
it's
is?
across the hall from one of the bigger rooms so that they can open the
Door.
bifold walls to the bigger room and open the door to the
Mhm.
goddamn swimming pool.
Hey, let me
and-
tell you something. If there's a closed door, that's more protective of like wayward kids running into a baptismal font and falling in. So,
But like,
That's true. There's a lot
in-
less drowning than
yeah. Do you know why why that story doesn't end with me running into the tabernacle? Because I keep the tabernacle behind a closed door. So, you know.
she's
Oh,
really good.
I love
She's
it. What a
my baby. I
majestic
need to
cat.
get her a friend, but I don't have the. I need to devote a certain amount of time. But she's good. She hangs out with all the chickens and pigeons I bring home. No, the pigeons she gets really interested in. I won't leave
Wow,
them in
and
the
she doesn't
same
want to eat
room.
them.
The chickens, she kind of sizes them up, but then realizes that they could fuck her up.
Okay.
And they know she can fuck them up. So there's like this weird. I have a picture of her and a chicken just hanging out on the
Mm.
couch together. It's so fun.
Are you now okay? I remember I'm going back a little ways to the fact that you live in Bushwick and rescue chickens. I remember on a catty corner to the
What
street I
street?
lived on, there was a live.
What street did you
Poultry
live on that
market.
had the live?
Do you ever go?
Also,
Wait, what?
okay.
I lived on Halsey.
I think I know
Basically
what
at
live
where the
market
train
you're-
comes.
They have
I
like
can't remember the name
sheep
of
in
that
there.
freaking street. Maybe. Yes, they have.
I used to
Crazy.
live
God,
right
I
next
think I
to
know- I
or
know
like
what
2
live
doors
chicken
down from a
you're
live
talking about.
poultry. So that was the one of the chickens I rescued had escaped. It's just like
Oh
Yeah.
wow! So if you escape, you just whoop,
I got
you get to come with me now.
shower, and then we took him
you
upstate.
get to
That's
live.
That's incredible. Oh,
You
I
good?
remember
he or
you
she
telling me about
deserved
that.
it.
I had to sneeze.
Oh.
That looked like a full-on dad sneeze, David.
I have dad sneezes now. The timing of them is off still though, because like a dad sneeze is like right on the sneeze. Mine always comes after. It's like an aftershock. So it's just like sneeze, and then I just go, huh. Like it scares me a little bit. I don't know how else to explain.
I have full on dad sneezes, but I blame Catholicism and my cat. I mean, not Catholicism, classical training and my cat.
Yeah, you can't blame Catholicism.
My dad was Jack Catholic. He still had some trauma he was working through.
Yeah, if you're at a loss for what to blame Catholics.
Blame Catholicism.
No,
Absolutely.
classical training, but yeah, it's straight up, blah, and it's just horrifying.
I love it.
I don't have dad blows though. You know, dad nose blows. Mine are still silent and dainty, which is lovely.
No, I save those for the shower.
As compared down.
How to like blow your nose in the shower to just get all of the snot out, and you just like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, farm blows.
It's life changing.
Wow, I've never tried this.
You should. It's cathartic.
I can't do it. The first time I was given a handkerchief to do it, and like I watched my dad do it for years, I was like, and then I tried it. I was like, I don't know how you get that kind of noise.
Blow your nose or make noise with your nose.
No,
like
the dad blows.
Why is it so loud? Mine was like,
I was worried you don't know how to blow your nose.
I kept inhaling. It kept getting stuck. Like it kept going up my nose. Tickled my brain.
The handkerchief just.
And then I did that thing. Like you do the butt floss thing, but with your nose and your mouth.
Visual jokes on an audio podcast.
That'd be quite the party.
I'm doing
trick.
a visual joke. Cameron, put the visual joke sting in there for that.
You betcha.
For this.
Perfection. Getting old's fun.
Has anybody ever been to a river baptism? Like John the Baptist style? You have?
Yes. I've only heard about them. I've seen videos, but I've never been to one.
I've been.
Everyone.
Yeah,
everyone with a river
heard
nearby.
of them. I've heard of them in like southern.
All of my
southern
menstrual
Baptist.
blood and then bathe in that.
We should just do it.
Yeah, let's.
Oh,
that's very witchy. You're gonna need a lot of diva cups.
I don't think that's a communal thing.
You're right. You're gonna need a lot of your own personal.
Yeah, you can use your own menstrual blood for that.
I had this like secret plan when Trump was president. I really before the 2020 election, I really wanted to like get a bunch like hundreds of people, organize a group of hundreds of people together that would always, like in every city that he went to, that would go to his rallies, and one of them would have a dildo covered in menstrual blood, just one, and try to hit him in the head with it. Always a different group of people, just primarily to have the Secret Service like circulate, like please be aware of like glittery purple dildos.
Yeah.
Yes.
We'd get a new one every time.
It already happened. They couldn't preempt it. I love that. It's not an assassination.
Nope.
No.
So absurd.
But it is very threatening.
It's scary.
It's warlike. I feel like there's some ancient. I bet there's some like ancient like Mesopotamian. I bet it. 'Cause it's always the Mesopotamian.
My next like D&D character, the weapon is just like a.
Purple dildo. Yeah, exactly. And it's, but I just feel like like some Mesopotamian like war cult, like to threaten their enemies, would like leave a blood-soaked sex aid in front of the gates of their city.
And archaeologists now are like, this is one of the gods. Like a statue
archaeologists
of the
now
gods.
are like, and they were roommates. They were friends.
They were best
Is
friends.
that the title of a podcast? And they were roommates.
I would love that. If only I knew more about history, I would do that podcast in a blink, in a heart blink.
Jessica Keldrin
Podcast
Fossard
idea.
does it.
We all get together to review a different hidden queer relationship that's been
Ooh.
straight coded.
Mhm.
Yes.
I would love that.
Jessica Keldrin Fossard does
Oh.
queer history, and it's lovely.
Oh, so it already exists.
Fine.
But it wouldn't be as funny as ours.
No.
Probably not.
Probably not.
We'll make that our second Patreon series.
Ours would be like the My Favorite Murder sort of history podcast.
Yeah.
Because like we don't know as much history as we probably should to have a history podcast.
Mm-hmm.
But we're charming as fuck.
It's... Oh, good lord.
Hey, OBP listeners. You know, we've said some stupid on this show. And if it made you laugh, why not wear our words on your body? We've got shirts, we've got hoodies, heck, we even have shoes. Want to hold liquids? We got mugs. If you love the show, if we've given you even a moment of solace in this ever-devolving nightmare of godforsaken cruelty we call life, buy a shirt and wear it around. Feel virtuous. Feel elegant. Feel something, for Christ's sake. Visit omnibilateralpanic.com/shop today and get your paws on some merch.
Molly,
Yeah.
do you have one?
Let's FMK.
Do it.
Come back to me. I use the God Jesus Christ thing.
Well, I just happen to have a list of famous Catholic people
Oh, God.
that we can FMK.
You had this weeks ago. Don't pretend
Here we
you
go.
just happen to have.
Yeah, just happened.
Give
It's
it to
bookmarked.
me.
You've been
under-
planning this.
Yeah, must use this.
Must use. So we're going to do femme presenting, then mask presenting, then miscellaneous.
Mm-hmm.
So for the femme presenting, we have our patron saint Gaga,
Oh.
our patron saint of comedy Denise Richards, and our
Yeah.
patron saint of crying while on film and winning an Oscar, Anne Hathaway.
Are you kidding me?
No.
I wouldn't be surprised if we never saw Denise Richards ever again.
We, on past episodes, have talked about how Denise Richards is actually very funny and very talented. And people dismiss
I need to
her
go
because of
back
her
and
incredible looks,
rewatch her stuff, but
because of the patriarchy.
I can see that happening.
She's a Bond girl. She's
Dr.
She's an ex-
Dr. Christmas Jones.
yes.
Christmas came early.
Well, now I feel really shitty about Denise Richards.
Oh,
I feel
we're
like
all killing her. Don't worry.
gotta kill Denise. I think gotta fuck
I mean,
Lady Gaga, and gotta marry Anne Hathaway.
I'm with you.
Look
That's
at
the
you.
same as me.
Pittsburghers are unionized.
We are in agreement.
Anne Hathaway, Lady Gaga, we are coming for you.
Uh-oh.
That's right.
Pittsburgh presents a united front, Cameron. We're under attack.
Uh-oh.
They're going to leave a blood-soaked dildo in front of our rooms. It's going to be made of that Pittsburgh steel or whatever. I am going to kill Anne Hathaway. Sorry, Anne Hathaway.
Just because you want to fuck Denise Richards.
Just because I want to fuck Denise Richards and marry Lady Gaga.
Yeah, I'm the same Dave.
Hey, there
Wow.
we go.
Wow. Look at
Yeah.
this.
Sorry.
Sorry. Tessa,
Sorry,
you always
Anne
kill our
Hathaway.
husband, so it's only fair.
It's true. I do.
Yeah.
I do a lot of murder on this podcast.
It's too bad because I do sympathize. I don't like how much unnecessary hate Anne Hathaway gets, but just in the context of this question, you'd have to kill Anne Hathaway. Sorry.
You don't want to.
I
You
feel
don't want
like
to marry
she's
her and just be like,
chill, though.
having the
Like,
best
she
time ever the
has
rest of your life.
since the whole
I don't-
Oscars campaign that made everyone hate her,
She
and
is
she's
chill.
kind of come out and had like really insightful things to say about that and about like
Mhm.
taking a step back as a result. And she's also sober now, which is like
Yeah.
You know, I've been
She-
on and off sober for the past 3 years, so we could just hold me
Big.
accountable.
It's a big
Yeah.
deal. Yeah.
That's great. I
She
love
love that about her.
did.
You
a
would sound
Ju-
like Colin Farrell and Jamie Lee Curtis in the their actors on actors just now. They just did theirs, and they had one of the most like recovering alcoholic conversations I've ever heard.
Really?
Like before the cameras started or before the interview started in earnest, and everybody's like, "This is so interesting because it's definitely two recovering alcoholics
Mhm.
like
Mm.
checking in on each other and like." So
Oh,
cool! It was really cool to watch because I love both of those.
I love
folks.
Colin Farrell.
No.
Oh my goodness.
I know I need to.
They're
Have you all
lovely.
seen Banshees of
Have you seen
Inisherin
the
yet?
menu?
No.
Haven't yet.
Get on it.
It is phenomenal. And none of those
The
people
Menu?
are in
No,
it,
not yet.
but it
Is
is
it
a
good?
horror movie about fighting, and
Mhm.
I love it so much. I think I've.
Okay.
Oh. Anya Taylor,
But very good people are in that one too. Ray Fiennes,
so good,
Oh, Ray
and
Fiennes.
Nicholas Holt.
Anya
If I had
Taylor,
a
Queen,
choice,
the
I wanted-
Queen's Gambit, the Queen of Gambits,
Nicholas Holt.
Mon cher.
Nicholas Holt. My,
Is there
my
anyone
beast,
more likable?
Yeah.
my blue boy from the
The sweetest beast.
He's
The
so
sweetest beast.
pretty. Yeah. It's just
Uh-oh.
it's one of those things. Anne Hathaway
Is
did
it
a show while we
Fortnite?
were at the public with it was Julie Taymor. It was a Julie Taymor show, and so you could imagine the
yeah.
stress was
No,
it was-
flight.
no,
Word?
it was fucking
Flight.
Oh,
it was supposed
the
to
one
be a
about.
movie.
One more time.
I
it
saw
was,
that. Where the one woman show?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I think it might be Flight.
or maybe it was called Drones in Flight.
Grounded. Was it Grounded?
I'm gonna play. Was it Grounded? I thought it was unsomething.
Tessa. I was looking at your square, and you like dead faced me in a way that was like
I was
you couldn't
hearing
be
you.
more.
I was hearing you. I was thinking that's my dead face is my thinking face.
Same. Oh, it was
That's the-
Grounded.
That's the T-shirt.
Look at
It
you,
was
David.
grounded.
I'm impressed.
Well,
I
he
did not
works the
remember
box
that as the
office. He
name.
looked at the title of every play.
I was close with Flight.
But yeah, she was
That's
incredibly
awesome.
kind to all of the front of house staff. She was
Yeah.
lovely and generous, and it was not an easy show to do.
No, that was a tough
was-
show.
One woman, wasn't it?
Mhm.
It was just her. Just
She was
her.
In like
talking
a
about- she
chair the
was-
whole time.
Yeah. Well, and walking around on literally 12 inches of sand. But it was a show
Yeah.
about her. She was a fighter pilot and became a drone pilot after she had a kid, and all of a sudden had to deal with the consequences of what she was doing because she could see people being blown up instead of just knowing that the target was destroyed. And it was a lovely
Yeah.
play, actually. It was.
Yeah.
I was very impressed. But yeah, and Julie Taymor was actually surprisingly lovely as well.
Oh, Julie Taymor is so nice. What do you mean surprisingly? She's great.
I mean, she does have a reputation, but she was lovely, and like
Yeah.
it was really a powerful piece. For our second round, we are sticking with we're still doing Catholics, but we're also doing a little more vintagey as far as Hollywood. So we are doing Alan Alda,
God.
Alec Guinness,
Oh.
and Bing Crosby.
Oh no.
Don't kill me. I don't know
Oh,
who Bing
no.
These men
Crosby
can
is.
die.
I think they all can die.
White Christmas.
Yeah.
He was
Bing
just
Crosby
a crooner.
from White Christmas.
Yes.
Yeah. They use a
He was-
The other
Frank
two?
Sinatra sort of voice.
Yeah. Oh, I do have a Bing Crosby impression.
Alan
I'll be
Alda.
damned.
Yeah, you
Oh, I'd
Alan
fuck
Alda
him in
from
a
MASH,
heartbeat.
or he was one of the Republicans on West Wing.
And then Alec
Yes.
Guinness.
Oh, obviously
Alec
gotta
Guinness,
marry
Obi-Wan
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Bing Crosby's dead, I guess.
Gotta marry Obi-Wan
Oh,
Kenobi.
unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess
I think-
I'd fuck Alan Alda, but I also find Alan Alda insufferable.
Do you really?
A little bit. No, not
Was-
really.
Do you remember when he came to the public and when they did that little Shakespeare reading thing? that was like a bunch of scenes, and Vanessa Redgrave was there, and Alan Alda was there, and Matt Damon didn't perform, but he did chat with a Harvard professor about it was like Shakespeare and economy or something.
Flight? Was it called Flight? No.
I'm gonna fall off my chair before this podcast is over.
You're not on a chair.
I'm on a rocking chair.
Oh, okay. I thought you were sitting on the side of your bed for some reason.
I have done in the past.
Okay, that's fine.
But I feel like collaborate. I have been thinking of a one-person show, and it is about a woman, or it can be whomever, who leads the audience. I don't know through what, but through like a daily life. And at the end, her daily life, and at the end of the show, they decide if she should commit herself to a mental institution or not.
The audience chooses?
Audience chooses, and they can like call her therapist.
Yes. Do it.
I really love that.
Do it.
If I'm allowed to be in it, I would be involved in any way I want to be.
I think Molly wants you to be the woman.
Oh.
I mean, how comfortable are you being committed?
Extremely. I mean, if they decide, then I'm happy to go.
Get a grippy stomach.
Yeah, you have to go with what the audience wants.
Yeah.
And you're still looking for a therapist, so it's an easy solution.
Okay. Tangent. Go. Fuck Mary Kay.
No, we love the tangents.
This show is tangentially related. That's what we do.
None of us are
only
cosines.
the show, only tangents is the show.
So only tangents.
Can you make that Cameron, can you make that a shirt, but it's the OnlyFans font?
You betcha.
Thank you.
Only tangents.
Only tans. Yeah. What was the other one? Oh, my thinking face is my dead face.
The only tangent is the like thin cosine triangle thing.
Yeah, I need to think of what the other two are. What's sin and what's cause? I think cause is cosplay, right? It's gotta be cosplay.
Only cause.
Only cause.
The wonderful Wizard of Cause.
Yeah, and then sin is just sinning. Only sin. It's original sin.
It's mortal sin.
Oh.
Which I committed this
What's
afternoon.
the other one? What's mortal? What's the one that's not mortal?
Immortal.
Venial, right?
Yeah, menial.
And venial.
Venial?
I think it's venal.
Venal?
Anal
Vaginal.
No, you were right. It's venial. Yeah.
I remember Catholicism.
Sure.
Gross.
And I remember
those
all
are
the
like
vaginal sins.
That does sound like what they would say.
Yes.
Right?
All right. Yeah. You're here to confess your vaginal sins?
I masturbated with a crucifix once. I'm kidding. That's not my joke.
Wow.
You're vegan? Isn't that literally The Exorcist?
Yes.
Scary movie.
Ooh, very scary movie.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay.
Linda.
What are we
Linda
doing?
does that. Linda? Is it Linda?
Does she?
No.
That's right.
I've never actually
Blair?
seen The Exorcist.
Oh, yeah. Linda Blair puts it there.
Isn't Linda Blair a person?
Yes.
Isn't that a real name?
That's
of
the
someone?
actress.
She's an
The
actor.
Oh.
Who plays the
character's
girl?
name?
Oh,
Regan.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yep.
Yep.
Well, fine.
Okay, what are we doing to Alan
No.
Alda? I need to know.
Oh, yeah.
Have you gone?
Did anyone answer?
Molly did.
Molly did.
answered. I will do the same as Molly. I'll fuck Alan Alda. I'll kill Bing Crosby, and I will marry Obi-Wan Kenobi.
I think I'm still going to marry Obi-Wan, but I'm going to fuck Bing Crosby.
Interesting.
Okay.
Mostly because I
See,
want to
I'm-
hear what his O sounds like.
Mm,
Oh, very deep and powerful, I bet.
Probably.
I'm
That's my
torn
motto.
because I'm probably gonna kill Bing Crosby too, but I'm torn because I mean, Alan Alda's like a sweetheart, but Alec
Mhm.
Guinness, you would have so much fun, but you would have fun like for life. So actually, I'm joining you too, and I'm gonna marry Alec Guinness. I'm gonna fuck Alan Alda just to say I did.
It was a
You're all-
pretty good fuck. I can't do Alan Alda. I can't. It's not.
That was
it's not good.
close. I hear it. It's there. It's almost there.
Yeah, I was at the public the other day. I can't do it.
I definitely can't, so I'm not even gonna try.
Yeah, it would be a vaginal sin.
It would.
All right, do it.
Every time I do anything other than Camp Queens, it's a vaginal sin. So
Can you do Alan Alda as a camp queen?
shit, maybe. Hang
You know,
on.
I was on MASH. It's if Paul Lind was on MASH.
I was on MASH. Hang on.
Hang on. What are you doing? You looking up something?
I
Some
was
more
looking
camp?
up a
Looking
line,
it
and
up?
I'm going to do various camp queens. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happy hour.
There's Carol Channing.
She just shows up.
Yes. Lady Carol Channing, as I like to call her.
Lady Carol. War isn't hell. War is war, and hell is hell, and the two war is a lot worse.
That's right. I remember this quote of Alan Alda / Carol Channing.
/ Julia Child.
Julia Child. I'm so sorry, Julia. I'm so sorry.
It's fine. And
I
then
need to learn
finally,
my Camp Queens more.
don't say that, Frank. I once spent Friday the 13th in a haunted house with a friend. I was never more frightened in my life. Ah.
Oh,
That's Jennifer,
Jennifer
Coolidge.
Coolidge. I was about to feel bad because I didn't know who that was until the end.
That's fine. It's fine.
These gays are trying.
That's so
to
impressive.
kill- I can't do her. I'll try. I'll keep working on it.
No, her husband materialized out of nowhere. Ah.
We both love soup. We could talk or not talk
My-
for hours.
This is totally stealing from another podcast that I listened to, but another dear friend of mine was like, I want to hear people doing Jennifer Coolidge in every movie ever. So he was like, her as Galadriel doing the opening monologue. And I was like,
But they were
One
deceived.
Only one ring? I can't. I'm gonna work on it.
but they were all deceived.
Oh my god. I write for a Lord of the
my
Rings
God.
inspired
I'm sorry,
engagement ring
what?
company. Now one of my like content jobs is for Lord of the Rings inspired engagement
That's
rings.
the coolest fucking thing I've ever heard.
Now I'm
Incroyable.
just going to be imagining Jennifer Coolidge every time I write a Lord of the Rings podcast.
And it's and it'll be your secret. Like it's like an actor's secret that like I secretly write these monologues as if Jennifer Coolidge was reading them.
Oh my god, absolutely. That's it. She's gonna sell so many rings.
And I'm taking the dog, asshole.
And I'm taking the 9.
Is it secret? Is it safe? Not some conjurer of cheap tricks, Bilbo Baggins.
I love it if she would do the Elvish too.
sure.
Iamar Prestar Ain. The world has changed. Ah.
Wow.
Oh my god, I'm sorry. Okay. Diatribe over. For our last one, for our
Last
miscellaneous section, we are bringing back our beloved Dean Martin.
Oh, of
Dean
course
Martin's
he's
back?
Catholic.
Oh, hello, Dean.
Well, he is Catholic. Our beloved Anne Bancroft.
Oh,
And our beloved Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Oh, impossible.
no, I got it. I got it.
That's Tessa's line.
Yeah. It's true.
Well, go, David.
I will kill Dean Martin. Let him rest.
Poor Dean Martini.
Poor Deanie Martini.
He always gets hosed.
That's the
Dino.
that's the name of my next D&D character.
Dino Martini.
Deanie Martini. Little halfling. Little halfling of the Half Moon Plains.
He has to be slightly drunk all the time, though.
My swords have a boomerang.
My swords have a boomerang.
I threw it and the half of it never came back.
I don't know where it ended up.
I drowned in an above ground pool.
It was a baptismal font.
It was a baptism. It was a bird bath. I'm a halfling. I drowned in a bird bath. I will kill. Yeah, I'll kill Deanie. Teeny Martini. I will
Poor
I will
Dean.
fuck Catherine Zeta-Jones. Specifically the Catherine Zeta-Jones from
Zorro?
Mask of Zorro. Thank you.
Yeah,
Ooh.
Tessa.
obviously, that's the only one we're gonna fuck.
You
And
were
I-
mistaken.
And I'll marry the immortal Anne Bancroft.
I'm doing the same.
Hey, you're Mrs. Robin. You're fucking what's his name? And she's Mrs. Robinson.
Dustin Hoffman.
No, the character's name.
Dustin
Dustin Hoffman.
Use his name. I think it's the character's name. I don't know what you're talking about.
Jim, Tom,
Jim,
Buddy.
Tom, Steve.
Jim Tom. Yeah. Oh,
I feel like I've got to do the same, except I want to be fucked by Catherine Zeta.
oh, very good.
As Morticia Adams.
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
See, this is where I'm
Beautiful.
different. She is one of my favorite humans ever live. So I am marrying Catherine Zeta-Jones, specifically Chicago Catherine Zeta-Jones.
My goodness.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna really
And-
take her from Michael Douglas? That's
Yes,
the thing.
I
I
would.
fuck her so she can keep living with Michael Douglas forever.
Nope. Nope. I would make her truly happy.
Incredible confidence.
I
what are you
would
doing with
fuck
Anne?
the immortal Anne Bancroft, and I would
Okay.
still kill Dean Martini. God damn it, Dean! I'm sorry.
Dino.
I'm so sorry. This
Don't
is
worry
the
about
second
it.
time that you have been universally killed in our.
Don't
fucking
worry
show.
about it, kiddo. I'm used to being two
Murder.
knives into the grave, as they say.
And
What does that mean, Dean?
Oh, no. Don't worry about it.
don't worry, everything's fine. Everything's fine.
Dean fell asleep. Dean fell asleep on his mic. Yeah, so don't worry about it. It's okay. It's all right.
And then Molly, if you don't have one, I have one more. As I
Okay, yeah, I am. I don't have one. I'm loving these though.
okay, so
Do it.
still antiquated, miscellaneous, but slightly different flavor. Gary Cooper, Grace Kelly,
Oh shit.
and Gregory Peck.
Get
Wow.
out of here.
No, I got it. I've got it. This one.
Wow, David.
Yeah, that made it easy. I will kill Gary Cooper. I will fuck Gregory Peck. Now I'll marry Grace Kelly.
Wow, look at you.
No, look at Grace Kelly.
I mean, she is a vision, but so is Gregory Peck.
Yeah. I feel like Grace Kelly has such this like ethereal, beautiful, grounded, perfect kind of look that
Mhm.
like I just couldn't see what it would be like to be married to her.
Mm.
Like I just feel like I would wake up every day and be like, I'm not Grace Kelly. So I think I'd have to I don't even want to say I'd fuck her. I have to make love to Grace Kelly.
Uh-huh. You can do that. Yeah, you can take that option. Absolutely.
And then I have to marry Gregory Peck.
Uh-huh.
Primarily because I've already forgotten the third. Which I
Gary
think
Cooper.
Gary Cooper.
he can die.
Poor Gary Cooper.
I'm the exact same as Molly. Exact same. I am going to make love to Grace
Mhm.
Kelly, kill Gary Cooper, and marry Gregory Peck. What a king.
Yeah, I think I'm the same. I'm sorry, Gary
Yeah.
Cooper.
Yeah.
God damn it, you're so pretty, and you were so.
As soon as you put in Gregory Peck,
yeah,
like,
it
Yeah,
was
Gregory
that.
Peck sort of blows everybody else under the water.
I
Yeah.
really thought you were gonna say Gary Busey?
oh, Gary Busey.
Gary Busey. It's not a
Fuck,
good. It's
Mary,
not good.
kill him at the same time.
It's not good.
You could do the brother. Did we talk about this last episode or something? There's like a post about I feel like Danny DeVito is your dad's brother and Jeff Goldblum is your mom's brother. That's the energy.
No,
that
we
they-
didn't talk about that,
Okay.
but wow.
That's
feels right.
incredible.
From Pittsburgh.
How did you know that?
Yeah, it feels right? And
How
then
did they know?
and then expanding on that, Gary Busey also feels like they're from your mom's side because it feels like they were surrounded by sisters. And then Jeff Bridges
It's my
is
Gary Busey face. It's not good, but
Jeff Bridges is your dad's you call him uncle as well from your dad's side. He's not actually related to you. He's your dad's friend from college.
yep.
Dang.
So yeah.
Dang, that's good.
Also, real quick, David, I think Molly would really enjoy our new platform, FMK Plus, if you would care to elaborate.
Oh my god. Sure. We still haven't done one yet, have we?
No,
have
we
to
don't.
do one
No,
eventually.
we don't have
the next time you
today.
host.
Oh yeah, next time I host, I'll do it. FMK Plus, we expanded the platform from 3 to be an LGBT style all-inclusive alphabet city. Oh my god, where is it? I have to pull it up because
I was gonna say I have the
I don't-
T-shirt
No one
if you
could- no
if
one
you don't
could
have
remember
it.
no one can remember it. So okay, so FMK Plus is FMK HBH1 LBS DP LDR 7 PBU RTBZCKSP.
Was that 10001?
It was in binary. Yes. There is a robot option. There should be a robot option. I
Oh,
thought.
there should.
So it's
Got it.
FMK, fuck, marry, kill, haunt someone or be haunted by someone.
Okay.
Go on one date, no sex, maybe some kissing if you feel like it, some smooches. Little spoon, big spoon. Sleepover, 6th grade rules. DP, of course, do puzzles. LDR is a long distance relationship. You have to do high school senior rules,
Summer camp.
summer camp rules. 7 is for 7 minutes in heaven. PBU is a public breakup. RT is a road trip. BZ is bought a zoo. CK is co-parent a kid. And SP, of course, is suicide pact.
Those are all the options.
Those are all the options.
I honestly feel like I want a journal about that. Like, I think it would be a really informative journal post
Yeah.
about my current mental state.
I would love that to be in one of those pages of like one of those journals that you buy, like a
Oh yes.
yeah. And then like one of the activities for the day is like FMK Plus.
Just a short 1-minute check-in, FMK Plus.
Oh my god, y'all, we should have written a self-help book. That's
Oh my
a self-help
God.
Oh my
journal.
god. But there's
That's
time. There's still time.
there is time.
There's still time, yeah. Oh my
The
god.
title be-
Apocalypse Meow.
The title would be Sine Cosine Tangent. The title would be Flight.
Finding the formula to love
Finding-
yourself.
The title would be Grounded.
Finding
No,
the formula
really.
is very-
Flight? Flight?
Yeah.
Flight. Flight? Flight.
Finding the formula is very good, Tessa. It's almost too good for what that book would be.
I think mine would be no.
That's a good title. I like that.
Just that.
Yeah. No. Right along with the book that you were reading, Bye. Just like short 2-letter. Like I love a 2-letter title.
And then every single book that I create just spells out its own novel.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I like that.
Or it spells out FMK Plus. A 17-book series.
Yep.
I like Animorphs.
There were like 36 Animorphs. weren't
I know,
there?
so many Animorphs.
I didn't even finish them all. I got
Oh.
to like 17 and then I didn't finish. I should do that.
Wow.
I owe it to my 13-year-old self.
Yeah, you
Mhm.
do.
Or maybe some things are just best left unfinished.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, that-
Yeah, I stopped before Cassie died. No spoilers.
You can't say no
You just
spoilers
gave us a
after the spoiler. You can't do that.
Sorry.
That's not fair.
Whoops.
Well, now I don't have to read it, I guess.
I don't know how she died. I just know she died.
What is that? What are you doing?
This
What are
is
you
a
holding up,
shark's
Tessa?
tooth. But I just realized in pictures today that maybe it might be a small megalodon tooth
Mm,
because it's
Possible.
black, so it's thousands of years old. It's fossilized, the
Yeah,
fossilized shark's
possibly.
tooth.
It is possible it's a
And now I'm
megalodon.
thinking it might be a megalodon.
That's
tooth
my
with a child
boomerang.
fossil.
Hey, small
Martini
megalodon.
Martini's boomerang.
You can tell
Hear
when I'm
that,
getting
Dad?
punchy, I guess. When do you think this creature died?
I don't know. When do you think this creature died?
Whoa. Wow. Oh my god.
Y'all are a hoot.
Oh
Thank
my
you
god.
for coming here.
Yes.
I've met my people finally.
Yay. Yeah, don't make it sound so sad, Tessa. We're great to hang out with.
We are also goddamn delights. Damn it.
I'm sorry, you're damn right. Damn it.
My wife and I, during
My wife.
Pillow Talk the other night, decided that we were going to make enough money so that we could buy. We're both going to be cremated, but we want a memorial stone in Greenwood that says, "This family was a goddamn delight."
Oh, I love that. I
Yeah.
want to be turned into a tree.
I want to be eaten by mushrooms.
Oh. David, how do you want to?
I want to live forever. No, that's not true. That's the least true thing I've ever said. I want to like Avengers style, like just like fade into dust.
turn to dust
Yeah.
with the
Wait,
click of
you
a
maybe
saw-
something
finger.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like
I just want to be
doves.
turned into diamond and then like pawned off. Is that
Ooh,
We've had this conversation.
Ooh,
oh my god,
yeah,
that would
we
be
have.
cool.
card? They turn you into a diamond, and I want to be turned into a diamond and then like put into a pawn store for someone to buy, not
Mm.
knowing.
I would like
By
the
diamond.
I would like the diamond dust to be thrown off of like a high place and inhaled by a bunch of strangers.
Wouldn't that hurt them?
Yes.
I mean, sometimes you wonder, like, how many dead people have I accidentally inhaled?
Yeah.
Yeah.
all the
Probably
time.
loads more than we think.
Well, that's
And
what
how-
dust is.
I always think about that with dinosaurs. How many dinosaurs have we inhaled?
All of them.
So, have you heard about the whole Cleopatra's dying breath? Scientifically, every single breath that we take, we're ingesting molecules released by Cleopatra during her last dying breath, like 0.0000005 of
Cleopatra
them.
specifically.
Is that why it's so easy to catch COVID?
It was Cleopatra's fault all along.
So,
Damn it, Cleo.
but it's this idea that like we are all connected, and the things that we emit
Wow.
stick around.
In the
Golly.
circle of life.
Nothing is created, nothing is destroyed.
Yeah. The shark's tooth is COVID.
It is.
I think
Oh
that's
God.
the
That's
sign
what the
that I have
virus
to go to
cells look
sleep
like.
soon.
Let's get out of here.
Shall we sign off?
Incredible.
Let's.
Mm.
I've been David Armstrong, and I just want you to know that everything is insane. I don't know. Get out there and hug a donut.
Oh, I can do that easily.
Yeah,
I
That's
did that
beautiful.
today.
go out there
I've
and hug a
been-
donut.
I've been
And then I
Tessa
ate it.
Flannery. And if you find a chukar bird, that's the name of the bird from beginning, remember? The bird that I
Wow.
found?
Nice.
Chukar. It's a chukar. If you find a chukar on your porch, catch it immediately and take it to the Wild Bird Fund.
Look at you throwing back. I'm so proud.
It took me a long time to find the name of that bird.
Can't spell fund without fun.
You can't.
Why not? I don't know what we're doing. What are we doing?
So
Oh.
you just
We just say a phrase we
something
want them to
silly,
remember. The audience.
ridiculous when you sign
You're
off.
just your sort of last thought.
Okay. Oh no, that's a lot of pressure.
Here,
no,
I'll go
Oh,
Cameron's
not
supposed
like
to go.
before
Yeah,
you
you're
die.
supposed to go
Yeah,
last.
like
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh God, that would be
that would be
Do you think
awful.
that's what I would want to say
No,
before
not
I
clear
die?
better. That's what I'm
Tessa?
saying. That's why I'm saying it's not that. It's not that. It's no pressure at all.
Yeah, it's no pressure.
I have been Cameron Faring, and like FMK Plus, we are all inclusive and long.
I have been Molly Jones. And if you're in New York City,
There it is.
for the love of God,
Nailed it.
deodorant on the subway.
The best of us all.
Bye.
Bye.
This is completely random and off topic, but do you remember how during the Steph episode she was talking about how Kronk is canonically Jewish?
Mm.
I literally saw a TikTok yesterday that was like, if there are Jews in South America, this is Mormon propaganda. And I was like, oh, fuck, because they're right.
Kronk?
Yeah, Kronk in the Emperor's New Groove
That's
is
who I thought you were
canonically
talking about.
Jewish, which I
Yes.
love. But like the whole shtick of Mormonism is that Jews built canoes and sailed across the Atlantic and settled in South America.
Mhm.
Right.
Oh shit! So it is Mormon propaganda.
Right. Is it
Oh.
13th tribe of Israel? 12th tribe? 13th?
Yep.
Benjamin?
And that Jesus, after he rose up in Israel, he came down in South America and was like, boom, hey everybody, it's me.
To me, Jesus.
He was Italian. He was
He was in fact
little-
Italian. Canonically,
little known fact.
Canonically. He was a Romani.
he talks about gravy. Not wine, it's
I gotta
gravy.
turn the water into wine. My mother asked me to.
I'm gonna duplicate these fishes.
Don't
Honestly, classic Italian move.
don't worry, I'll be back in 3 days.
Forgive them, Father, non know what they do.